so I don't have to have everybody move this way. All right, so give me a report card. Actually, I'm gonna first ask you a couple questions. What are 4 things that we covered last week? Let's make sure everybody's paying attention here. Engagement, okay. Give me a description of engagement. Why do we engage with our dogs? What's important? I heard brain, I heard what else? What else? Attention, okay. I really like, both are great answers. I really like her answer more because attention is something that we're going to teach the dogs tonight. Engagement is a frame of mind. Engagement is a prelude to learning. Much like when we were in school, the teacher said, hey, eyes forward, right? Because the teacher realized that if the child's energy and focus is forward, not just looking forward, but they're really paying attention forward, they're more likely to learn, okay? All right, what else? 3 other things. What else did we cover? Say that again?
Release.
Release, excellent. So describe what release means.
Set the dog free.
Disengage. That's a really good. That's a good description. You're correct. We're disengaging from our dog. So everything has a beginning and an end. If we ask the dog to do something, we're engaging our dog in a way. We're asking for a behavior, but there has to be an end to the behavior. Okay. Okay. And then we worked on sitting down. Right. Okay. So give a report card. Good and bad. I don't care. I'll take it all. Okay. I want the truth from you guys, that way I can help you the most. If you say you did good, then you did good. If you say, man, I just didn't get it at all, then we're going to find ways to have success. So do you feel pretty confident?
Yeah.
Okay.
She did the down, through your legs.
Yeah.
Really good. Better
Nice.
than she did here. And then sitting, we still can't get her as close as we would like for her to be.
Gotcha. So, one of the difficulties we have is usually the first time we teach the dog a muscle memory, and we do that muscle memory, it can go a couple months or even a year. If you go back and try to teach the dog another muscle memory that coincides with that muscle memory, it's difficult. In other words, their dog, here, come here, please. Can I use her mic, please? When their dog was taught originally to sit, okay, the dog, turn around, please. I'm the dog. The dog was sitting, like they'd say sit, and the dog would rock back and say here. And the dog got reinforced with this a couple times, or for a couple months, or a year maybe. Now they're trying to get the dog to sit here, and it's totally different to the dog. The dog's like, this doesn't feel right, this is not right, because I've got rewarded 100 times for being here. And if I got rewarded for 100 times being here, that's a muscle memory the dog is going to revert back to. So one of the things that they can do, or anybody that you're kind of reteaching, is don't say sit. Put a different command to it. It's almost like teaching a brand new command. Does that make sense? So maybe don't even say sit. Come up with a different word, or watch your dog that get over. How do you have it? We're gonna put you right back there. Do what? That's fine for now. I think he's okay. Okay, so we can put a different command to it, which helps teach a new muscle memory. Okay? All right, so any other questions regarding that? Regarding the sitting down, does anybody yes?
The down's difficult with her because she's so big. Trying to find
something for her to drop underneath.
I think
hold on one second. Do me a favor. Use the blue divider and put it in front of the dog again. So yeah, in dog training, sometimes we have to think outside the box. I'm not trying to toot my horn, but I'm really notorious for thinking outside the box with my own circumstances. My body doesn't work like your guys's, so my brain is always coming up with these different kind of things to come up and either keep my dog engaged, teach my dog behavior. So if you have a chair at home, like a large chair at home, okay, go to.
we're finding stuff. I'm just
yeah,
saying it hasn't been difficult.
Yeah, go to the store and get a dowel.
You're looking outside the box for sure.
Okay.
But I just been a little harder than.
So, yeah, one thing that might actually help, and anybody can apply this, is elevate the dog. So go to like a park that has a table, have the dog climb up on the table and do the down up on the table. And you can actually pull the treat down lower, like beyond the table, and sometimes the dog will drop that way. But an elevated surface will help. No, I think that's fine. We'll start with that.
That's a good idea.
Okay? All right.
Back to what you were saying about the
Yes.
different command for the front sit.
Uh-huh.
Is front a command that's used somewhere else, or would that be an okay one? I wouldn't want to pick something that might later want to train it.
That's a really good question. So the verbiage we use can be really important, because if he says front to his dog and he just wants the dog to sit, but later he wants to do competitive obedience with the dog and he wants the dog to do a front where the dog comes and sits very closely and very precisely, it's a different muscle memory.
Is the obedience command front closely in the front face?
Sure. Yeah. Usually we use the front as a.
Then I just accidentally picked the right command.
Yeah. If you want to teach the dog to do a competitive front, then you can put a command to it. Like I have my command for front is here. My command for sit is sit. So when I tell my dog to sit, I don't necessarily care where he sits. If he sits a foot back from me, that's perfectly fine.
Well,
But if
what was happening was I was telling her to sit, and she would sit, and then I'd say I'd want her to, she thought she was good. She did what I asked her to do, but she just wasn't right here. So I started saying front, trying to get her to come
Okay.
and sit in the front facing.
okay.
That was really my question. Is that okay, or should I do something else?
So that's a really good question. So what he's basically saying is, if he uses a different verbiage, is a dog gonna offer a different behavior?
It's just that when I say sit, and she did sit, my first thought is, well, that's not where I wanted her to sit, but she did sit.
Okay, so in that case, I wouldn't pick two different commands. I would stay with sit, unless you're gonna do something competitive with her, but I'd stay with sit, but I would teach her, I would lure her back to the front and lure her back into a sit where you want her to sit. So here, can I use it for a minute?
But
Yeah, well-
then what if another time I wanted her to sit on the side?
Then you need to put a different command to it. So here's what's happening. Okay, so stand there, I'm your dog. Okay, so right now you're telling your dog to sit,
Sit.
and the dog sits, maybe here, okay? Where you want the dog to sit here in front of you, right?
Just because that's what you were teaching us last week.
Sure, so
In reality, if I tell her to sit, if she's where I want her, and she's, if I told her to sit right there, I'd be happy with that.
yeah, we're in reality, if she's 100 feet away and you tell her to sit, her butt should go down.
That's right.
Okay, but if you want the dog to come to you and sit here in front of you,
Yes.
then you have to teach her a separate command. Or you teach her that's what sit means, but your thinking is right. If you want to teach her to come to you and sit in front of you or sit to a certain place, then you need to shape another behavior.
The reason I was wanting to do that was because being a puppy, that was where she was most engaged with me and like, look at me.
Okay.
If she's over here, then she's more distracted. So that gets back to my original question,
Thank
which is
you.
if I want to do what you just said, is front an okay one to use for that, or should I use something else?
Okay, so remember, your verbiage is your verbiage. What you guys use is up to you. So if you want it doesn't matter. You can tell the dog pickles. Using a different word is not going to help the dog learn it
I
quicker.
just want to make sure that front wasn't something else.
You're right. Front is not something else we're going to work on. So but then again, if it was, you could always change it to hier, which is German for here. You can do it in Spanish if you wanted to.
Just teach her over with a different command.
You just teach her the muscle memory associated to that verbiage. Does that answer your question? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, really good question.
I just didn't want to continue to use sit and then have to correct her each time. I mean, she will sit pretty much anywhere she is if she hears me tell her to sit.
That's
she'll
awesome.
sit. But if she doesn't, we've gotten the concept that there are times when I want her to sit, like you were doing last
Yeah,
week, right
right.
here.
So again, it's a separate behavior from sit. We have sit means put my butt down anywhere, wherever dad is, or wherever I am. Dad says sit, my butt goes down. Front or here or whatever you're going to use is a different command. Okay. All right. So any other questions before we move on?
I guess it's a similar question.
Okay.
But, we were working on down last week, which is essentially like a lay down. Is it appropriate to use that? He's a big counter surfer. So-
Totally different. That's a really good question.
Okay.
So I use off, and in week 3 we're going to work on not jumping up, but I work off and down as two different things. So down or, you know, meaning it's plots, but down is lay down, and off is mean to get off of something.
Okay.
It's two different muscle memories. Yeah, if you're using down for the dog getting up on the furniture, and you're using down for laying down, you're screwing with your dog's brain.
Right.
In fact, you won't even get either one really well, because the dog will be confused about what muscle memory it's supposed to be doing.
Is off okay if we're using that for when he's got two paws up on the counter, but also when we catch him lounging on the couch?
Sure. Off for me just means whatever I'm physically on, I get off. If my front feet are on somebody, then it's off.
Okay.
If my front feet are on the counter, then it's off. If my whole body is on something, it's still off to physically get off.
Gotcha.
And play. You guys can all play a game with your dog. And this is not something it's on the list, but you can play a game of getting on and off the furniture. So if you have a problem with your dog getting on the furniture or getting on the furniture, teach the dog to get on the furniture on command. So take some food, lure the dog up on the furniture, say up. Now you're probably thinking, well, why would I want to teach my dog to get on the furniture? He's already getting on the furniture. Well, you're not teaching the dog to get on the furniture. You're just basically putting it to a command. So lure the dog up, the dog gets up, and then toss a piece of food off and say off. Play this game of up, off, on and on and off, on and off, on and off. And then one day when you walk in the room and the dog's on the couch and you can say off, the dog says, oh, I know what off means because Dad taught me it. Not just Dad got upset at me for being on the furniture. Does that make sense? Good question.
Do you think it's even possible or fair if you have an older dog that does jump up on the furniture and gets away with it, to teach your second dog not to do that? Is that possible?
Yeah, okay, so yes, it is definitely possible. You can teach, like I have a puppy, he's in the crate over there, he's socializing today, and I have an adult dog. Honestly, I don't try to reteach my adult dog things right now. It's just 6 years of muscle memory. I'm not gonna get it. However, there are certain things that I let my adult dog get away with that I don't let my puppy get away with. And it's just consistency.
Just expect that she knows and you're
Yes. Now,
she sees the other one do it, I don't do it.
yeah, and dogs don't necessarily always do monkey see, monkey do necessarily. There are certain times where if a dog is chasing something and the other dog says, hey, that looks like fun, the other dog is going to join in. But it's not like, hey, that dog didn't sit and got a reward. Wait a minute, maybe if I don't sit, I don't necessarily think they think like that. They're not visually cued like that. Okay? Okay, any other questions before we move on? These are good questions. I like questions, so don't feel I'm rushing you guys. Okay, so tonight we are going to work on attention and leave it and take it, and if we have time, we're going to work on the recall. I know it's not on the list. The recall is something that I kind of put in when we have a little time after class. So somebody tell me the difference between attention and engagement. I kind of told you the answer a little bit ago, but let's see if you guys remember. Any idea? Okay, so attention is something physically we're going to teach your dog, not physically, a muscle memory that we're going to teach your dogs. We're going to teach your dogs to look at your eyes, okay? But engagement is not necessarily an act we are a muscle memory we're teaching. It's a frame of mind. So don't get engagement and attention mixed up, okay? If you come home and you start roughhousing with your kids and your kids start roughhousing back, you don't have to tell your child, let's roughhouse. Your child knows just by your actions that you're initiating play, that you're initiating roughhousing, right? However, if you want your child to look at you and not look at their phone, what are you going to tell your child? Hey, eyes on me, I'm trying to get your attention. Okay, so that's the difference. Okay, so attention is super simple. I'm going to use my friend Christina here. Okay, so remember, if you need to start with a little engagement, but let's say I'm Christina's dog and I'm really food motivated and I'm ready to go, okay? So now I'm in the learning mode, okay? Christina's gonna take a handful of food, okay? She's gonna take it, she's gonna show me the food, put it right in front of my nose, one piece of food, bring it up to her face and feed, and go right away, okay? Face to the nose, okay? The idea is we're teaching the dog to look up at the face, okay? So she shows me the food, okay, and she brings it up, and then she feeds me right away, okay? So there's gonna be no command to it, because remember what we talked about last week. If she does 20 of these, she's gonna do 20 of these, and at least 60% of the time, she brought the food up and hey, how you doing over here? Hey, how you doing? Oh, okay, maybe I'll look at her, okay? And she's putting command to it. What is she teaching me that watch means? That there's choices, I can maybe look away. So when your dog can do at least 90% of the time correct, and follows and looks right up at the face, then you can start putting a command to it. Does that make sense? Okay, so a couple things you don't want to do. You don't want to do this. You don't want to go to the face and block your face. Turn around, thank you. You don't want to do this. Because if she brings the food right up in front of her face, what am I looking at? Her face or the hand? The hand, okay? So what you want to do is you want to bring it up almost to your cheek. Right there. Turn around, there you go. Okay? You don't want to hold it away from your face. That's going to be the next step, but you're not going to be there yet. The other thing you want to do when you're doing this is don't always do it out of the right hand or the left hand. Mix it up. So food can come from anywhere. That way the dog's not focused on the hands. The idea is the dog after today is going to be focused on the face. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so here's what I want you guys to try. I want you to try to do at least 3 sets, 10, 12, 15 pieces of food each set. After each set, free your dog, reload, and then do another set. So do 3 sets, and we'll come around and help you, and then we'll go on. Okay, so when you do this, don't ask your dog to sit. If your dog naturally sits because they want to, that's fine, but don't tell them to sit. Good. Make sure you feed quickly. The moment your hands goes up, your food comes right down. Good job. Okay. Hold it to your side of your face. Just side a little bit. Yeah, there you go. You got it. Good job. So I'd really suggest a prong collar. Wait, you have one, okay. Yeah, the more you hold onto the harness and the more he drags you, the more you're teaching him that that's what you want him to do. So just be careful about that. No, it doesn't. I'm not a big harness fan at all. It's okay. I have many here you can borrow, so if you forget it again, just ask. Okay? Wow, I see dogs are a little more food motivated today. Good job. Way to go. I see a big difference. Nicely done.
Right now, you don't have to practice along the way.
Nicely done. I wouldn't bend over so much though. I'd stand up. The dog can look up.
I have so much trouble with his attention span.
Okay. If you need to do that, that's fine, but don't rely on bending you over all the time.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Yes, feed him for that. He happened to just look at you. How do you do?
Oh, great. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A natural, huh? She's gonna be a really good dog. Nicely done. Yeah, try not to bend over. But good answer. Or good question. Yeah, so one thing when you do this, don't feed him when he's pawing you. So if he paws you when you're standing up, do the sitting down. Does he paw you when you're sitting down?
When I'm sitting down?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
Let's try it. Let's have you sit
I
down.
think so, because he was doing it, she was doing it earlier. Same one.
Okay, feed him. You know why? Because he hasn't pawed you. But now he's up in your grill. So what you might do is step on your leash. Try that. There you go.
Off.
Okay, so, stop. Try not to tell him off.
Oh.
Okay, here, I'll tell you why in a minute. Okay, so take it. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to feed him out of one hand the whole time. You can do it out of either hand. Good. So the reason why you don't want to say off when he does it, you're acknowledging that he's doing something.
Oh.
Instead, completely ignore him. He doesn't get anything from you.
Okay.
Okay? How you doing?
Good.
Good. How's it going?
Good.
Good.
She's very confused when I switch hands. She likes it on this hand.
Does she? Probably because your rewarder, until you came here, you probably always reward out of your right. Are you right or left-handed?
Left.
Left, are you?
No, you're right.
Oh, right, sorry, yeah, right.
That's okay. Hey, I woke up this morning, I forgot I couldn't walk. Fell right on my face. I know how he feels. Okay. So, now we established what take it is. Now we're going to teach your dog what leave it means. Can I use you for a minute? Okay. He can do this, or she can do this. Okay, so we're gonna use this dog as a little bit of a demo dog. Can you please hold the leash for her, please? Okay, can you take a handful of food, put a little back pressure around the dog, just a little bit, so she can, I can't be your friend right now. I really want to though. Okay.
Table.
Okay, so we're gonna start with a couple take-its.
Take it. Take it.
Good.
Take it.
Good. Now watch what she's gonna do. She's gonna take a piece of food, put the palm of her hand. Okay. Keep your hand right there. Open your fingers. Okay. Okay, bring your hand down a little bit and say leave it. When he goes for it, close your hand. Okay, wait, and leave it right there for a minute. Wait. Okay, slowly open it. Close it. Put a little bit of back pressure, please. Just a little bit. Okay, wait, not yet. Open your hand again. Wait, close it. Slowly open it again. She says, I'm confused about this. She says, that is not working for me, Mom. Okay, tell her to leave it again.
Leave it.
Okay, open your hand. Close it. Open it again. Say take it and hand it to her.
Take it.
Good. So what we're looking for is some sign that the dog stops going for it. But we don't take the food away. Okay, do a couple take-its, please. We don't eliminate the option. We just block the dog from taking it. Okay, do leave it, open your hand. Leave it.
Leave it.
Wait, close it. Open it again.
Leave
Close
it.
There, take it.
There.
Good job. Take it, hand another one. Good. So the moment the first time your dog does it, you see that there's a sign that your dog is leaving alone. Make sure you take it, but hand it a couple and like throw the dog a party. Okay? Here, go and take your dog back. So here's kind of how it looks like with me and Christina, because it wasn't really clear there. Okay, so she does a couple take it, she primes me.
Take it.
Okay?
Take it.
So I'm thinking take it.
Take it.
Okay? Now she's gonna put a piece of food in her hand. I'm gonna go for it, she's gonna eliminate the option. I can't go for it. Okay, I back off. Then she opens her hand again. And then I look at it, and okay, maybe I look away. The moment I look away, she says, take it.
Take it.
Or maybe I go in for it, and I just kind of back off a little bit. Okay, I'm not going to go for it. The moment you see a sign of the dog not going for it, immediately say take it and reward the dog. However, don't do too many leave-its. If she does 3 leave-its alone, what am I going to think? The fourth one is going to be a leave-it too, right? And so now the brain shuts off. Now the brain is saying, well, I'm not even going to try. I want your dogs to really think, did Mom say leave it or Dad say leave it? Or did they say take it? Does that make sense? Okay, let's see you guys try it.
So are we using the leave it command?
Yeah, so you need to say leave it the moment you present it, because the dog is going to think take it I'm supposed to get it because food is being perceived. Okay, hold on. You have, wait, hold on. You have too many treats in there, one at a time. Okay, and don't make the temptation so great. You just open your hand right there and say leave it. Leave it. Wait, now say take a hand to her. Take it. Good job. Okay, do a couple tickets. Good, another one. Okay, now do a leave it.
Leave it. Go take it.
There, take it. Good. So you're still making the temptation a little bit too much. You're almost putting it right in front of her nose and say leave it. You want it just out of her reach and calmly say leave it. Okay, try it again. I'll help. We'll walk you through it. Wait. There. Good job. Only say leave it once.
Looks at it.
Yeah, when she looks at you or looks away from it or does something besides go for it. I don't care if she looks away from it or looks at you. I don't want her to keep going for it.
Good boy.
How should I give it though?
Now, take it. Good. Try to only say take it or leave it once. You just said it 3 times again, okay? All right. Hey, when you get, wait, hold on. You're making the temptation too much, okay? Open your hand and say leave it.
Leave it.
Now hand it to her, say take it.
Take it.
Good. Do a couple take it.
Take it. Take it.
Okay, do a leave it, but don't make the temptation too much. Leave it. Now you made it too much. Okay, hold it right there. Don't move it, don't move it. I'll tell you when to move it. Okay, say leave it.
Leave it.
Wait. Say take up, close your hand. Ah, did he go for it? Did he go for it again? He did. Okay, say leave it. Don't move your hand, don't move your hand. Now say take it, hand it to her. Take it, hand it to her. There. He didn't try to go for it that time, right? Do one more. Do another leave it. Leave it. Close your hand. Okay, wait. Don't say it more than once. Only say once. Okay, slowly open your hand. There, take it. Good job. What did his eyes do that time? Yeah, he kind of looked away, right? He didn't focus on it. No, sit. Don't worry about sit. Yep.
Leave it.
There, take it. Oh, there you go. Sorry, it's a little premature. So does your mom want to tell you 10 times to clean your room, or once? Right, once. And what happens if she always will tell you 10 times?
I would probably never get it done.
Exactly, that's like, same thing with the dog. So you tell the dog to leave it. Pretty soon the dog's like, I'm going to wait 20 times, and then maybe I'm going to do it. Right, so only tell it once. If it goes for it, you just close your hand and eliminate the option. Okay? Good job. How'd you do? Good. How'd you do?
She does great, but as soon as I step out in front, I try to get her to put no blade right in it, and she won't.
Well, your wife is petting the whole time, right? And I'm not saying don't stop petting her. I'm just saying she's getting a lot of comfort from your wife by reinforcing. So I can understand that too.
But she seems to know.
There, take it. Good job. Okay, go and sit back down when you're ready. Sure, cute. Okay, so any questions on this? Hey, a couple things I saw is you guys are kind of pushing a little bit too fast. Remember, this lesson may take weeks or months to get. Some of you guys were saying leave it, multiple times. Leave it. Ask yourself this, would you rather tell your kids to clean the room once or 20 times? Okay, and I guarantee if you tell them 20 times over a couple months period of time or more than that, you're always going to have to tell them that. Okay, so try to tell the dog once. If the dog goes for it, you just close your hand, eliminate the option. If you find that your dog keeps going for it, then you're making the temptation too much too soon. In other words, you're putting it right in front of the dog's nose where you may need to keep it above the dog's nose for a couple days and then make the temptation more later down the road when the dog firmly understands it. The goal would be, hold on one second, the goal would be able to put food on the ground and tell the dog to leave it. But if you can't get the dog to leave it when it's right above their head, obviously making the temptation more is going to put the dog in a failing situation. Yes?
Just a question about the leave it, because she really loves to fetch, and she brings her things back. And you taught her, maybe incorrectly now, to drop it means to spit it onto the ground and let us pick it up. But if I have it in my hands, I tell her leave it, and she opens her mouth and gives it to me. So she's learned that leave it means if she has something and I want it, and I've got my hand on it like this, I say leave it, she gives it, she lets it go.
So yeah, you're definitely going to need to change your verbiage.
So I should not use leave it for that.
I wouldn't. If you're going to use leave it for this, I would use something. I would use something different. So.
But why are we learning this leave it now? What's the ultimate purpose?
So that's a really good question. The ultimate purpose is, let's say there's a piece of food on the ground. You're walking your dog down the street, and something nasty, and your dog is used to picking things off the ground and eating them, and you want to tell your dog to leave it. You want your dog to ultimately leave whatever it is alone. Now, it can be food, but this is going to transfer to cats, livestock, anything that you want your dog to tell you leave it. So these guys and I...
Basically, before it actually has it, that's when we're using it.
Okay, stands right. There you go. Because if you bend over and teach this, you're always going to have to bend over, okay? Yeah, so one thing I see a couple people doing is when you do this, try not to bend over, try not to bow to your dog, okay? Because if you do that and you say watch, you're always gonna have to bend over to your dog.
Unless they're little.
Unless they're little, but he's doing fine, look, he's doing fine. Good job, way to go. How many times have you done it out of your right hand?
About 10.
Like how many times out of your left hand?
About 15 or so.
Okay, just making sure we're switching it up.
Yeah,
Like put food in both hands, like mix it up like constantly.
Okay.
It, like
Within the same.
Yeah, so like kind of like random reinforcement.
Right.
Sorry, kiddo. Yes, good job. Yes, good. So you're going really slow. Try to go quicker. If your dog was super food motivated and super confident, you could probably go that slow. But right now she needs a lot more reinforcement. See right there? After 3 times, she just kind of checked out. The reason being is you weren't rewarding enough. Or what you need to do is do 2 or 3 and then release her. Let her have a slight break and then do it again. Okay, good job. Okay, finish up your sets and then I'm going to show you the next step. Good job. All right, so you guys did really good. I think I already commented on a couple things that you want to do differently. So now we're going to show you the next step. Can you use it for a minute? So I'm going to do this with my pet dog here, Christina, and then we'll do it with a real dog. Okay? No, I'm going to be a dog. Okay, so right now we've established the muscle memory of following the hand up to the face, and the dog gets a reward. Okay? Now remember, you may have to keep there for a week or 2. It may take you a while, but we're giving you a rush course in obedience when you guys are here for 4 weeks, okay? So the next step you're gonna do is this. She's gonna take the food, go to the face, and now she's gonna hold it away from the face. What do you think the dog's gonna do? Follow the food, right? I don't actually mind this because now I'm giving the dog a test. And anytime my dog can overcome a test and learn something on their own, they're gonna learn it quicker. So your dogs are gonna do this. They're gonna stare at the food. You're not gonna help them. You're gonna wanna help them. You're gonna have to fight yourself. You're gonna wanna tell their name. You're gonna wanna give them a command. Fight it, okay? Let them stare at the hand. They're not gonna get the reward, not get the reward. Pretty soon they're gonna be like, okay, this isn't getting my reward. And then the moment the eyes go to your face, boom, you feed them. But the very first time, what do we do? The very first time the dog does it correctly, what do we do?
Throw a party.
Throw a party, you're absolutely correct. Because we want to solidify that behavior. We want to tell the dog, man, that's really what I want to do. Because next time she does this, what am I going to do? Wait a minute, last time I did that, I got a huge reward. Okay? Now, let's say you do this, you hold it out, and it's there for 30 seconds. And the dog just kind of gives up and wanders away. Okay, at that point, yes, help your dog. But be very little help. Maybe make just a little bit of noise. Maybe say their name once. And the moment the dog goes back to the face, boom, feed it a bunch of times. But then the next time, don't help the dog. Okay, ask yourself this. If your dog stole a steak off the table, would you ever have to teach him to jump on the table again? Why? Because the dog got this huge paycheck, right? And the dog just learned. Dogs are that smart. They can learn by one time, hey, there's a big reward, put 2 and 2 together, all I got to do is this, okay? Ask a dog that chases a chicken and finds a chicken and eats a chicken. They only have to do it once, and then they learn those chicken nuggets, okay? Can we do one demo with your dog? Okay, so we're going to do it with this one dog, and then I'm going to have you guys do it with your dogs, okay? Yeah, stand like that. There you go. You're not gonna be able to see for a minute, but okay. Here, no, have your backside facing that way. The dog's backside facing. There you go. Oh, easy. There you go. Okay. She was very cute. Okay, but she's got to kind of be in front of you. It's hard to do.
You wanted me to do what you just did.
Yes, the dog's gonna be in front of you. There you go. Here, lure. Try. Okay. Yeah, try not to. Okay, try to lure with the food. Like, direct her with the food. Okay, but I want them to be able to see. So you.
The problem is she doesn't want to face.
Well, here, walk over this way. Walk right in the middle then. Encourage her. Don't pull. Encourage her. Oh, this may be a little too much. Okay, go back. Can I use you? Okay. Or you're trying this dog. I at least want to give you one look at this before I have you guys do this on your own. Okay, come out here a little bit. Okay, can you guys all see? Okay, because he's going to start with the couple to his face. Nope, don't do that yet. So start with the couple from the nose to the face. Start by priming the dog a little bit. Show the dog the picture you want. Okay, but he's making a crucial mistake here, and it's my fault I didn't tell you. Do you notice he keeps going into his bag? If you keep going to your bag becomes this lure. Your bag becomes, hey, does Dad have the bag on him? Have a handful of food. That way you can do this repetitively without going into your bag the whole time. In fact, if you really want to be good, put your bag on your backside so the dog can't necessarily see it all the time. Okay, so he's going to do this once or twice. Good. Okay, now we're going to provide the dog a test. Up to your face and hold it straight out and wait. Oh, good job. You did it. So for those of you that see, his eyes went right to his dad, then went right back. But he was right in feeding. The moment the eyes went right there, he's basically acknowledging the dog, that's what I want. It's not following the hand that I want you to do, it's following the eyes. Let's do that again. And wait. Yes, oh, good job. Okay, I'm gonna pick on him for a minute because I like him, okay? He has man syndrome. Okay, women are better dog trainers than men. I'm sorry to say, women are better dog trainers than men. Because the reason being is, dog does, oh, good job, and the woman wants to coddle the dog and tell the dog. The dog needs that, okay? Because if he only just gives the dog food, what happens when he removes the food? Dog's like, oh, there's no reinforcing, okay? So next time he does it, I want you to feed him. All right, good, tell him. Like, be a little bit exuberant, okay? All right. Does that make sense, guys? Let's see you guys try it, and then I'll show you the next step after you try it. So try it like 5 or 6 times, and then sit back down. There you go. He's gonna do it. He almost, oh, nicely done. Good job. Do you like training the dog? Huh? Do you like working with your dog? You should think about doing 4-H with him. You ever heard of 4-H?
Yeah.
Okay, I teach a 4-H dog club. You gotta think about it. We'll talk about it after class. How about that? Okay? He's looked 3 times. Even though it's just it's settled, the moment his eyes look.
Okay.
Because
well,
if
he's looking down here, so I'm...
Oh, I thought he looked at you. Oh, okay, then I was wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
From this angle, it looked like he's looking up.
Look her up when she does it too. Make her excited.
Try not to help. Be patient. Just wait.
Good boy. Good boy. No,
Hold on. She'll do it. She'll do it.
good boy. Good boy.
Okay, say your name once. Yeah, there it is. Feed her another one right away. Okay, now do another test. There it is. Good job. You almost missed it. Yep. How'd she do?
Good, she just needs a little break. She's very intrigued by either your dog or by this black dog.
Really?
She keeps staring.
Maybe she knows there's another shepherd over there.
Yes, I know, that's what I thought.
Maybe he's a good-looking guy. Good job. Okay, try not to help her. There you go. I guarantee she'll do it without you helping her.
How long do we wait for them to become distracted?
Okay, no. Hold it straight out, Dad. Straight out.
Straight out.
There you go. And wait. Just wait. Just wait. She'll offer it.
Hold the food out until he becomes distracted and look back.
There it is. Yay. Good job. A little patience goes a long ways, doesn't it? Can I pick on your wife for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. You got to stop petting her when she does good.
You wanted me to.
But who's working with the dog?
I told him, but he's not doing it.
Well, but you got to tell him, okay? Because it gets distracting when you start petting the dog,
I see.
and he's the one working with the dog.
Okay.
So if you want to do this, you take the dog and do it. But then, yeah.
Right.
Good job. How's it going? Good. Good job. Yeah.
One or two Mississippi.
Okay, go and finish up what you're working on, and then we're going to talk.
Good boy. Good boy.
Okay, go and finish up what you're doing. Okay, so we've established, now we've built a learning system here. We've now established that the dog looks up at her face, gets a reward. Okay? Then we established that we're not looking at the hand, but we're looking at the face. No matter where the hands are, we're looking at the face. Our goal is for you to be able to move your hands around, and the dog says, I don't pay attention to the hands, I just look at the face, because that's our end goal. Now what do you think the next step is? Duration. Okay, what good is it if the dog just looks at the face and then looks away? Or a dog looks at the face and looks back at the hand, okay? We want to add duration to it. So here comes a lot of patience. Because right now, if she holds her hand out, I look there, I look there, look there, look there, look there, look there, look there. There's no consistency. What she tries to do is she's trying to capture something. So hold it out. I look there, 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 1, 2, 3, and then she feeds me. So do a counting game in your head. Okay? She holds it out.
1,000.
Okay, nope, I'm not going to do that. Okay, then I'm going to do it again.
1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Yep.
And then, good. So the idea is to have the dog stare at your face for more than 1 second, and then you build on that 1 second. Some of you guys may get 30 seconds right off the bat. Some of you guys may only get 5 or 6 seconds right off the bat. But the idea is you're trying to get a little bit longer duration, and then add to that duration, where pretty soon the dog is going to stare at you the whole time. So why is attention important? Any idea? Where can we use this? Yes?
At places like stores or parks.
Give that man a cookie. So, he's right. And so if you guys are at a store, and you're like in Petco or PetSmart or one of the pet stores, and this dog walks by that's a little out of control, there's 2 things you can do. 1, you can give him my business card, and 2, sorry, I had to put a little plug in there, and 2, if you ask your dog to look at you, if your dog's staring at you, are they staring at the other dog? Okay, remember what I told you in the very first class? Everything starts with a stare. So if I allow my dog to sit here and stare at this dog, I guarantee there's probably going to be a bark or a lunge or a growl it's going to come next, right? If I don't allow my dog to stare at the dog, it's no big deal. So that's one thing. Also, when we work on healing and walking on the leash in week 4, it really comes into play there, because now the dog is more attentive looking at you and they're less likely to pull, but that's another lesson, okay? So, duration, I want to move on because we only got about 20 minutes left. But work on duration, work on the dog looking at you longer and longer. But if you reach a point, let's say at 20 seconds, you do 20 seconds in a day and the dog's just not going beyond that, the dog is telling you, I'm done. I always want to come up with a shirt that says 1 more time. Because as dog trainers, we're always wanting to do it 1 more time. But if our dog does it 3 or 4 times successfully, we should stop there. Do it in the afternoon or do it the next day or work on something else. But if you do it till the dog starts failing, then you reach this crucial time where now we're in the failing zone, where the dog just keeps failing, and we don't want to end on a failure. Because usually the dog remembers the last thing the strongest. So if my dog is not doing a sit correctly, and he's just not going to do it, and that's what I end on, most likely next time he does it, he's going to be like, wait a minute, that must be what I'm supposed to do, okay? So don't push it too long with your dog, but try to make some baby steps, okay? Any questions on that before we move on? Okay, so next we're going to work on leave it and take it. But before I talk about that, I'm going to really confuse you. So if your dog is in the backyard and it's barking at the other dog on the other side of the fence, and you open up your door and you yell at your dog. Is that fair? Okay, why not? Can't get off that easy.
Thinks you're joining in the bark section?
Nope. Yes.
Because your dog's not really doing anything wrong, so yelling at him wouldn't be fair because he's not doing anything really wrong.
Your mom said she'll take you to ice cream tonight. That's a really good answer. So he's absolutely correct. Okay, how's the dog not supposed to know what they're doing wrong? Okay, let me ask you this. Would you yell at your dog for wagging its tail? Would you yell at your dog for panting or for licking? Probably not, right? Okay, so why would you want to yell at your dog for barking? Barking is just something naturally the dog does. Plus, while it's barking at the other dog's side of the fence, it's probably wagging its tail, it's probably pacing. How is it supposed to know what it's doing in order to stop doing it? So, how we do is we teach the dog to bark on command. We teach the dog what we want them to do in order to teach them to stop doing it. We capture that. We teach the dog that barking is, you bark on command, you get rewarded, and then we teach the dog to not bark on command the same way. We're not going to go over that, but that's going to lead us into leave it and take it. So if we're going to teach your dogs how to leave things alone, what are we first going to teach your dog? How to take it. You're absolutely correctly. Okay, so take it as one contrary to my rule about putting a command to a behavior before you taught it properly. Let me ask you, do you have to teach your dogs how to eat right now? Okay, so obviously we can put a command to it right away. We don't have to teach our dogs how to eat. So basically in a moment, you can do this from sitting or standing, it doesn't really matter. But basically in a moment, you're gonna do a couple sets, 4 or 5 sets of take it. You're gonna take a handful of food, you're gonna hand the dog one piece and say take it. Hand the dog one piece, say take it. Take it, take it, take it. A couple things that you don't wanna do is one, you don't want to wait for the dog to look at you necessarily. You don't want to wait for the dog to do something. You're just handing the dog the food and say, take it. You also don't want to say, take it, take it, take it, take it, take it, take it. Because then it turns into one take it. You want to say, take it, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, take it. I really want your dogs to coincide or to comprehend that we said take it and there's a command coming, or there's a food coming. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's do 3 or 4 sets and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, so go ahead. Yes. Okay.
Do I want to say free? Do I want to keep that?
No, this is this is something different. We're just teaching him how to take and leave something alone.